Ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, hello, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be reacting to the monarchy's role in the government. I'm always asking y'all, in 2021, what is the purpose of the monarchy? What role, aside from tourism, does the Queen actually serve for the people of England? Do we need a royal family, royal bloodline monarchy in today's day and age? Now, we can go back and forth about both sides, but that's not really the point of the video. This video is all about what are the jobs of the monarchy. So let's get into it. Let's see. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. We always do cultural videos over here. Make sure to like the video too. Subscribe if you're new here. Check out my main channel, which is almost at 100,000 subscribers. DM me if you're over on Instagram. Like the video, and here we go into the monarchy. If you know everything I said, comment down below. I'll be impressed. The monarch's role in the government of the UK.
The London fog swirls around Buckingham Palace as the Queen prepares for her day.
Well, first of all, right off the bat, we see constitutional monarch. So, constitution to an American's mind is basically like the written laws, rights, rules of the country, basically. So, a constitutional monarch would be like, y'all have your own government, I guess, which would be parliament and all that kind of stuff, Boris Johnson, but also the monarchy, which has been around for centuries. So it's like combined. It's modernized monarchism. Not a word, but I'm making it one.
After a light breakfast of tea and toast, she is ready to begin her important daily duties. What's that? You didn't know that Britain's monarch had any important daily duties?
No.
You think that the king or queen is just a figurehead and nothing else?
Yes.
Well, let's follow the queen as she goes through her daily routine and see exactly what kind of role the British monarch actually plays in her country's government. Before we begin, however, let's discuss the monarch's overall position in the United Kingdom. The queen is a constitutional monarch. She rules according to a constitution, an established set of rules, and her power is limited.
Okay, so it's not that there's a separate entity of like constitution and parliament versus the monarchy. No, the constitution and parliament kind of in a way control the monarchy and the queen. So she abides by the constitution the same way our president abides by the constitution. So we have a constitutional democracy, y'all have a constitutional monarchy. Interesting. Very interesting. Question also, does Britain still have territories and what's the way to say this? Territories and, like, people y'all have conquered. Are you still, like, ruling over anyone who's not directly in the United Kingdom? Let me know. Comment down below.
She must work in conjunction with Parliament, the country's legislative body.
Sorry to pause it again, but how many countries in the world celebrate Independence Day from England? That would be a funny video. Let's do that.
Limited. She must work in conjunction with Parliament, the country's legislative body. Usually, she cannot act on her own. The British monarch is the country's official head of state, or leader of the government. The Queen plays a political role in the United Kingdom, and does have official duties.
That's kind of silly, though, if you think about it. How are you the head, like the director of the government, but you can't even breathe if Parliament says you can't? Like, you can't make any moves unless they give you the go-ahead. Just like our president, he can't make any laws or whatever without it going through all the different levels of our democracy. So she's the leader, the figurehead, the face of the government, but again, her hands are tied. If someone says, no, you can't do that, she can't do it. That's crazy, though, because again, she's the queen.
As we shall soon see. She acts by the royal prerogative, which refers to a set of formal privileges the monarch holds under the national constitution. Although her personal political power is very limited because she must always work in close conjunction with her ministers, the monarch provides stability and continuity to the country even in the midst of changing political parties and ever-present controversies.
So she's like the anchor, I guess. Like, if anything's going crazy, like, let's say all of a sudden today we went to war, and obviously we're like allies and cousins and stuff, so America and England would be together, but y'all would be looking at your queen for, like, inspiration and hope and all that stuff. So I guess she's good for morale. Yeah.
The British monarch also holds the title Head of Nation.
How many prime ministers do y'all have, by the way?
The Queen is a national icon who represents her country and its people at home and abroad. Indeed, the monarch is the United Kingdom's public face and a living symbol of the nation's power and sovereignty.
Exactly. I can respect it. Do I want that for me? No. But I can respect it. Like, I don't know, it's just it's such a different mindset, because in America you're always, like, taught to think you're important, you love your country, you know, do what's best for you, your family, strive to become better, strive to be better than the next guy or the past people from your family, like, always want to elevate. But for y'all, the symbol of hope is your monarchy. I don't know. I mean, I like Beyonce, but would I want her to be my queen? Like, I revere her. She's a cool person. She's accomplished a lot. She's inspirational. But, like, do I devote myself to her like I would a queen? I guess the relationship isn't there. I just don't get it, whatever. But it's still cool.
It looks like the Queen is ready to begin her daily duties,
yes.
So let's hurry along and keep up with her.
Yeah.
First up is her regularly scheduled meeting with the Prime Minister. The Queen actually appointed him to his office at...
Boris Johnson? I would love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation. I did see them talking about something like John Hancock or something. There was some scandal, and he was asking her if she was paying attention to it, which is just so funny. You got this quacky dude with crazy hair, and then, like, this 90-year-old woman who lived through wars, was in wars, has seen the world change 1,000 times over, like, having to work together. What a funny mix. And he just said that the Queen chooses the Prime Minister, so she chose Boris Johnson? Was he better than the other lady y'all kicked out? I guess so.
After the last election. In fact, the monarch appoints each new Prime Minister by requesting the leader of the majority party in the House of Commons to form the new post-election government.
Post-election government. So that's just like the representatives. Just like Trump's administration left whenever he freaking got kicked out or whatever. And then Biden's administration came in. So the House of Commons to an American is basically like what I just said. So interesting. Y'all got the Parliament, you have House of Commons, all that stuff.
Today, the Prime Minister has a whole list of items to discuss with the Queen. He briefs her on the Parliament's latest debates and the bills currently working their way through the House of Commons. The Queen must actually give her royal assent to all the bills Parliament passes before they can become laws.
So not only does she have to get the go-ahead from Parliament, Parliament has to get the go-ahead from the Queen. Okay, so this idea that the Queen and the monarchy does nothing is, like, so wrong. To even pass a law, you have to get the Queen's approval. That's crazy. Not crazy, but, like, that's, what's the word? That's huge.
She does so automatically these days, but if she really wanted to, she could veto a bill and prevent it from becoming law, although that hasn't happened since 1708.
Back when, like, it was Queen's way or the monarchy's way or no way back in 1700s. If you looked at them wrong, they could have you beheaded. But yeah, I feel like also a reason, like, I even got this from the comments, the reason that the Queen wouldn't, like, veto a bill or make anyone angry is because, I don't know, you just want to, you're there more so than just, like, passing laws, but to keep the morale. So if all of a sudden your subjects hate you, your government party hates you, that could put your life in danger, your family bloodline in danger. That's existed for forever, even if there's incest in it. You know, that's something you want to protect. So, check. Automatically approve every bill, I guess.
The Prime Minister also compliments the Queen on her latest speech before Parliament, which she gave at its opening session a few weeks before. The monarch traditionally opens each session of Parliament with an address laying out the government's agenda and objectives. Even though the speech is typically prepared for her, the Queen still makes it her own and takes pride in speaking to parliamentarians. She is pleased with the Prime Minister's admiration. Next, the Prime Minister sets a list of appointments before the Queen. The monarch has the power to appoint government ministers, members of Parliament's House of Lords, senior judges, archbishops and bishops for the Church of England.
Church of America. That wouldn't work, because we're founded on Christianity, but not everyone here is a Christian. We're such a blended pot. An archbishop for the country, that wouldn't work. Yeah, that's the one thing I really like about England, though, is, like, how classic it is. It's been around for, like, so long that at this point it's, like, all these not ancient, but, like, historic figures still being around today. It sounds so foreign to me, but, like, it's kind of a beautiful thing, if you think about it.
and some civil service positions. The Queen trusts the Prime Minister's judgment and signs the necessary appointments. She also readily agrees to his suggestion that several British citizens receive honors from the Queen in recognition for their service to their country.
Like nice honor. Cute.
Finally, the Prime Minister brings the Queen up to date on the world scene, especially the conflicts currently raging in various regions. The monarch is officially the commander-in-chief of the country's armed forces and has the power to commission and decommission officers, as well as organize and direct military operations.
That's kind of interesting to think about that. Like, y'all aren't just worried, or even I guess in America too, we're not just worried about what's going on in our soil. Y'all aren't just worried about what's going on over in England or the UK. It's kind of like we're always watching the entire world. We have each other's backs. All these languages, all these colors, all these sizes, all these different, cultures and practices, but we're in a way looking out for one another or keeping an eye on one another. So it's kind of true what they say, there's no race other than the human race. But bitch, I'm still black, so that's wrong.
Of course, the Queen leaves military decisions to the experts, namely Parliament and military leaders, but she still appreciates knowing exactly what is going on at all times.
And she was in the war, buddy!
The Prime Minister glances at his watch and prepares to end his meeting with the Queen. He realizes that she still has much to do, and it's already nearly time for dinner. He respectfully takes his leave, assuring the Queen that he will have another detailed report for her next week.
Poor Queen, though. When does she have time to rest? And that big old house she has. So from the morning till dinner time, you're out here with Mr. Boris? My heart goes out to the Queen.
After a leisurely dinner with several members of her family, the Queen prepares for her afternoon activities, most of which will be social engagements.
It's kind of like a nursing home.
The monarch is the United Kingdom's primary public relations figure, and the Queen takes her responsibilities in this area very seriously. Her walkabouts, the appearances, visits, and tours that she makes all around the country, allow her to meet her subjects in person.
Wait, so dinner time isn't as late as I thought it was? Because it's still daylight outside. What time do y'all eat dinner? I eat at 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
She places herself in the public eye, especially in
her drip is phenomenal.
Nation, realizing that she is indeed a national icon.
Where does she shop at? This is what my mom wears to church, but she's out here in the streets with it. The colors, the florals, the design. If Hunger Games was a real thing, she would be in the Capitol, with that fashion.
And someone to whom the public looks for stability and leadership.
I love it.
This afternoon she will be attending the opening of a museum, and she is prepared to come away with several armloads of bouquets and presents, as well as the satisfaction of interacting with her subjects.
I don't like that word. British subject. Again, maybe it's just the Americanism. I could never be someone's subject. Who rules over me? No.
Having returned to Buckingham Palace, the Queen ends her day with preparation for tomorrow's activities. She checks her calendar and notices that she has a scheduled meeting with several members of her Privy Council, which is made up of the highest government officials and advises her in important matters of policy. She also pencils in some time to plan her latest royal garden party, which will be coming up in a few weeks. She smiles as she thinks about the thousands of people who will crowd the grounds of Buckingham Palace to greet their monarch. Yes, indeed, tomorrow will be another busy day.
My thing is, again, she's 90-something years old, so does she not get tired? I'm sure her health is, her health insurance is really good, because 90-year-old knees walking up and down the streets all day, having to small talk and talk all day with Boris Johnson. It's a lot for a 90-year-old. When I was working in the nursing home, they loved the activities, but they wanted naps. They wanted to eat or snack and then take another nap. So I can imagine being the queen of countries and territories at 90 years old. At some point, can she pass the baton if she wanted to? And even the dude is starting to bald. He's getting old too. Why can't... I guess because you have to wait for the successor to die, but why can't the new king and queen come in when they're 25 or 30? You can get enough education and understanding of politics in that time, I think. Even our president, Biden, I love you, but he's old too. Why can't leaders be younger? fresh ideas.
The British monarch plays a very important role in the government of the United Kingdom. As a constitutional monarch, his or her powers are limited and must be used in conjunction with Parliament. The monarch is, however, both the head of state and...
Buddy, we already heard all this information, so I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys liked, subscribe if you're new here, check out my other content, comment any of your thoughts, and leave suggestions down below for future videos. Bye!